everybody, my name is Allison. I'm the Programs Outreach and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me today for a new episode of Book Chat Teens. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a new release. It is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. Some of you may have read Nicola Yoon's other titles, Everywhere, Everywhere, and The Sun is Also a Star, both of which have been made into movies. I've read The Sun is Also a Star. This book was assigned to a book club that I'm part of, and that is why I read it, and I'm very glad that I did. I really liked it. So Instructions for Dancing is about a 17-year-old girl, Evie, who is about to graduate from high school, and Evie used to absolutely love romance novels. She likes reading in general, but romances were always her favorite. But ever since her parents got divorced, she hasn't been interested in reading anymore, and especially not reading romance novels. We find out throughout the course of the book that her parents got divorced because her dad cheated on her mom, and she actually caught her dad. And so she knows that her father cheated, but her sister Danica, who is a little younger than her, doesn't know. And one of the main plot conflicts is the tension between Evie and her father and her sister, because her sister doesn't understand why she's so mad at her dad, and her mom has asked her not to share what she knows with her sister. So anyways, the action of the book takes off when Evie decides to donate all of her romance novels to a local little free library. So she goes to this little free library, and as she's putting the books in, an old woman shows up suddenly behind her and says that the rules of the little free library are that you have to take a book with you when you leave a book. And she's very insistent that Evie take a book. She hands her a book called Instructions for Dancing. So Evie takes the book kind of reluctantly, and as she's bicycling away, the old woman disappears. And it's shortly after that that Evie discovers she suddenly has this new power. So there's a little bit of magic in this book, which I really liked. It's just a little bit, so just enough for me. And she discovers that she has this power where now when she sees couples kiss, she can see their entire relationship trajectory. So she sees how they first met, how they fell in love, how they might be now, and then she sees into the future. She might see like one or two scenes into the future, but she always sees how their relationship ends. She shares this information with one of her best friends, and he points out that in all of the movies where somebody gets a strange new power, they have to learn some sort of lesson before their lives go back to normal. So he suggests that she take the book Instructions for Dancing back to the address that is inside the book, and it's a dance studio. And at the dance studio, Evie decides to try out one of the dance classes, and she gets roped into agreeing to perform as part of a competition on behalf of the dance studio with a very handsome young man that she meets there named X. And Evie and X, have a good, pretty stereotypical romantic comedy banter, and eventually end up falling in love with each other, and the plot goes from there. I don't want to give any more away because I don't want to spoil it, but I really loved this book. I found it very touching and heartwarming. I read some reviews on Goodreads. I always like to read for books that I really love. I like to read the 1-star reviews just to see what people who didn't like the book might have seen that I didn't see. And some people pointed out that they felt that the other characters in the book don't have a lot of development. So Evie has 3 best friends they're part of this little group, and they do a lot of things together. And I would agree that the best friends aren't super developed, but for me that didn't take away from the enjoyment of the book. Some other people said that they felt that X and Evie's love story was a little rushed. I didn't feel that way either. I liked it. My favorite parts of the book were when Evie would see the couple's trajectories in her visions. I really enjoyed those, and I wanted more of those, and that's not a criticism. I just really enjoyed those parts of the book. So I would give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. I was getting so into it towards the end that I was skimming pages and had to go back and read more thoroughly. So if you like books that are kind of realistic fiction with a little tiny bit of magic thrown in, and you like a romance, and if you like dance, then Instructions for Dancing is definitely a book for you to check out. If you have any recommendations you'd like to share with me, please let me know in the comments below. I wish you happy reading, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.